I know this is very random and not relevant to anything, but today we're gonna rank F1 drivers. If you don't know, F1 has been my relatively recent hyperfixation ever since I watched Drive to Survive in the beginning of 2023, and by June or July I was watching every race. So I got some time to get to know the drivers that I'll be ranking today. So this is the 2024 grid with a few extras. And by the way, this can change in like an hour. So these are my thoughts and my opinions on February 9th at 3 p.m. And also, by the way, these are just my opinions. You don't have to agree with them. And I also don't hate any of the drivers. So it's only fitting that the lowest tier is I don't care. These are drivers that I don't care about. I don't follow them on social media. I don't follow them throughout the races. Like, I don't care how much they score, if at all. But just because I don't care about them doesn't mean that I hate them or that you should hate them. So this is the lowest tier. Next, we have vibes. These are drivers that I can vibe with, but I still don't care about them. But I do like their vibe. Next one is don't you dare hate them, which again doesn't mean you get to hate on the lower tiers, but these I take personally. I will defend them with my life. Next tier is good friends of my boys, and this still will make sense when you hear the next tier. But you know, like if you're a mother, which I'm not, but if you're a mother and you have sons, they're good friends of your boys. You like them, but you'll always take your son's side when it comes to anything. So my boys are the next tier. My boys. These are my boys. I love my boys. I love my boys. And then we have the next tier, which is I'm on my knees. These are my top drivers. These are the ones that I follow on everything. I always look at their name during races. I always know like what position they're in, like in the drivers championship, and just like their status at all times. I love them so much. I'm on my knees for them. Not in a sexual way though. So starting with the people's princess, Charles Leclerc. This is a really easy one for me. He's going to go right to I'm on my knees. I love Charles. I mean, first of all, he looks amazing. I think objectively, like the best looking driver. Like he's conventionally attractive, but in a kind of like sweet kind of way. Like he's not hot like a fuck boy, you know? He's also a great driver, but I think he's also very strong mentally, like all the things he's been through with losing his dad and Jules. I don't know. I feel like he's been through a lot. So he's strong mentally, but he also doesn't really take himself too seriously. Is really artistic as well, like with his music and stuff and like his Instagram feed. I mean, that's art right there. And he's also like really good with fans. Like he's probably the only driver that I've seen like always making time for fans, like no matter where, no matter when. And he's always like so nice with them and like so gentle as well. So I mean, come on, it's Charles Leclerc. So yeah, he's in I'm on my knees. That's a great start. Now moving on to Checo Perez. I'm sorry, I don't care about this man, which is why I don't have a lot to say about him. So that's it. Moving on to Esteban Ocon, which I also don't care about. I don't really get why I don't get his vibes at all. Like he's a Marvel girly like me, and Spider-Man is his favorite character, which is also like me. I don't know. I don't really care about him as well. So yeah, sorry, Bessie. Next we have Fernando Alonso, the legend. I'm gonna put him in good friends of my boys as of now. I really like his personality is like incredibly like vibrant. He also doesn't take himself very seriously with all his TikTok stuff. I feel like he'll just go along with whatever they'll like make him make, just for like the shits and giggles of it. Obviously he's a really good driver as well. Yeah, I like him a lot. He grew on me, I think, during the last season. Next we have George Russell. I'm gonna maybe get hate on this, but ooh, vibes or don't you dare hate him? No, he's not in Don't You Dare Hate Him. Yeah, I don't particularly like George. He's not doing anything for me. Again, he doesn't take himself very seriously, which is good.
George, what are you doing? We've got content to film.
Just meditating.
Yeah, don't come for him. Next we have Kevin Magnussen. I'm torn between vibes and I don't care, because I don't really care about him, but I do like his daughter a lot. They're so cute together. So that's the only reason he's gonna go for vibes, I think. Like the dad vibes, chill dad vibes. Like his comeback after I don't remember what year it was. He Fox smashed Gunther door.
He does not Fox smash my door.
So I feel like he grew a lot from that. And like he just became a dad and became like pretty chill. I also like his hair. I know people like are hating on his hair, that it looks like he has no eyebrows. I actually like his hair. It's like Viking-ish, which is very suiting, obviously. So I do like his vibes. I get with him. I'll Kevin Magnussen. I think your vibes are nice and cool. Next we have Lance Stroll. I want to put him in I don't care because I don't. But I also want to put him in Don't You Dare Hate Them, because if you hate Lance Stroll, I'm gonna also defend him with my life because he gets a lot of hate that he doesn't deserve. So I don't want to put him in I don't care because I do kind of care. So I'm gonna just put him in vibes, you know? He seems like a nice person. I really like his relationship with Fernando. They're really good teammates. I think he's a decent driver. He's not shit like everyone says he is. Yeah, sure, his dad owns the team, but that's not his fault. So also one thing that I really like about him is in one of the Secret Santa videos that I did, he was Sebastian Vettel's Secret Santa and he gave him a maple tree, like he planted a maple tree in Switzerland. Are you kidding me? That's like the most thoughtful gift. I think about it a lot. I think about it all of the time.
Gifting somebody a tree is an amazing gift. So it's one of the best gifts you can make. So thank you, Lance. That's very nice.
So yeah, maybe I'll move him to Don't You Dare Hate Him later on, but let's continue to Lando Norris. Easy, I'm on my knees. Come on, it's Lando fucking Norris. Incredible driver, incredibly funny, doesn't take himself too serious. He's also really relatable. I also like his quadrant stuff that he makes. Yeah. He's incredible. I love him. Oh my god. Next we have Lewis Hamilton. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna get so much hate for this. No, okay, I'm gonna put him in vibes. Wow, I feel the hate already. Okay. Do I like George more than I like Lewis? Okay, maybe this will change in a few minutes, but for right now I'm gonna put Lewis in vibes. I like his vibes. Obviously an incredible driver, that's not up to debate. Oh god, he doesn't seem to belong here. Like, okay, I'm gonna put him Don't You Dare Hate Him. Okay, so obviously incredible driver. He can be silly sometimes. I've seen like the silly side of him. I don't follow him on anything or anything like that. Oh, and his fashion, he looks fucking amazing. Even like in his gear, like this picture, like his gear is like kind of an oversized t-shirt. He always just looks amazing in my opinion. So yeah, Don't You Dare Hate Him. Next is Liam Lawson. He goes to my boys. He's my boy. He's an extra, obviously. He's not on the 2024 grid. Yeah, he's a great driver. We've seen it in the very few Grand Prix he's been in, but just in those few, he managed to prove himself, and I think he deserves a seat. I also really like his personality from like what I've seen. He has a YouTube channel where he vlogs. That's really, really cute. He looks good, so yeah, I enjoy him a lot. Next we have Logan Sargeant. Logan really grew on me since Qatar. I feel like he's in really good hands. Williams has my heart. James Vowles specifically. Obviously not the best driver on the grid. I don't think he's the worst though, which might be controversial, but we'll get to there. So yeah, he's really grew on me. I feel bad for him a lot of the time that like people hate on him and just like that he can't prove himself. But he obviously did prove himself because he was signed for 2024 and Williams do believe in him. James Vowles believes in him. And I've read recently that James Vowles said that they had a lot of work with Logan during the winter break on his mentality and his approach to stuff. And I'm really excited to see what's going on with him in 2024. I believe in him. I like him a lot. He seems very nice, very gentleman-y. He is like kind of hot in a frat boy kind of way, like very American, like college kid. And he is like very patriotic and very American.
You're pretty patriotic as an American.
Oh, hell yeah. 100%.
Yeah. It's like America 24/7.
Absolutely.
Some might get the ick, I guess, from it, but I don't. I think it's really admirable. He's excited to represent his country that he loves, and it just happens to be like America. So I'm gonna put him in Don't You Dare Hate Him. He might move up to good friends of my boys later on. Anyways, moving on to Daniel Ricciardo. I mean, come on. Obviously. How can you not put him there? Daniel Ricciardo is like, I think part of the reason that I was hooked to Drive to Survive from the minute I turned it on.
I'm Daniel Ricciardo and I'm a car mechanic.
I fell in love with the sport immediately, and I fell in love with him immediately. He means so much to me. I love him biblically. Is that a thing? I need him biblically. I knew I was getting it wrong. I need him biblically. So obviously his personality, he's like a goofball, amazing, like funniest person on the grid, I think. His smile is amazing and contagious. I just want him to be happy. He deserves to be happy. He deserves to win again. I just want him to have the world. And obviously he's a good driver. That's not debatable. I think he is like beyond his prime, but he's still a good driver. Next is Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen is my boy. He's my boy, come on. A lot of people like to make him the villain because he's winning. He takes the hate like very well, like he doesn't give a shit. So I'm very glad he's living his best life. I love his personality. The fact that he likes cats, A, makes a lot of sense, and B, makes me love him more. He's obviously an incredible, like one in a generation driver. I feel very proud of him, which is kind of weird to say because I'm like, who am I in the situation? But I do feel kind of proud of him for all he's accomplished, despite having an abusive father and like I said, a lot of hate. Next we have Nico Hulkenberg. Nico Hulkenberg. I feel so bad for him, dude. Come on, he hasn't had a podium in all of these years. But good for him for like not giving up and like saying, oh, you know, fuck it, just fuck it. I'm gonna go home. So I do appreciate that about him. And he also doesn't seem very too bothered about the fact that he doesn't get the success that he wants. Like he's not like Fox smashing doors, for example. You know what I mean? He seems like kind of chill. So do I put him in vibes or do I put him in I don't care? I think I'm gonna put him in vibes because again, he's like harmless. I feel like a lot of dad energy. Is he a dad? Okay, so he does have a baby. Like recently. Oh, okay. Okay, so he's kind of like Kevin in that sense. Is it a girl? Yeah. It's another girl dad. Oh, I love girl dads. Okay, moving on to Pierre Gasley. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. I don't care about him at all though, so I'm not that sorry, I guess. Okay, Sebastian Vettel. Okay, so I haven't seen, like obviously I tuned in for the 2023 season like live, so I haven't seen him like live doing things except for in Suzuka where he was doing the bee thing. Oh, which was so cute. He's such a like lovely beekeeping age, lovely elderly man that we all like love and appreciate. He's in my heart a lot of the time. So yeah, I'm gonna put him in my boys. He's my boy, come on. It's Sebastian Vettel. He's so sweet. He also looks good. Yeah, I love Sab. Maybe I'll move him to good friends with my boys though, because I don't actually like know him too well. Like he's on the same level as Fernando Alonso for me. Like they're two legends that I don't know enough about. Valtteri Bottas is next. I think I'm gonna put him in vibes. He seems like really chill, cool dude. I love his mullet and his mustache. I really appreciate the Movember thing he did with his calendar. We appreciate Valtteri Bottas in his house. I think he's past his prime. Also, Alfa Romeo is a shit car. Or Stake F1 Sauber Kick team, whatever their name is. Moving on. Okay, Yuki Tsunoda. Look, don't hate me. I don't get the hype around Yuki, unfortunately. I think he's very cute. Yeah, I vibe with him. I think he can be crazy sometimes. In a good way, I mean. But yeah, I don't especially love him or anything. So I'm sorry to all the Yuki stans. I love you. I appreciate what you do. I get you. It's just not for me, you know? Next we have Zhou Guanyu. Remember when I said I don't think Logan is the worst driver on the grid? I was talking about Zhou. Cause listen, okay, Zhou doesn't crash his car too often. Or at all. I don't think he did. No, he did. Anyways, everyone is criticizing Logan for being like a bad driver. I don't think Zhou is a good driver. Obviously, he's been in an Alfa Romeo, which Again, not a good car. But yeah, I don't care about him. I don't think he's a great driver. I think for next year, like 2025, I mean. Okay, when Carlos doesn't have a seat at Ferrari because Lewis Hamilton is coming into Ferrari in 2025, I think Carlos should move to Sauber for a year until it becomes Audi, which I think are supposed to take him in. Like, I think that's the deal. So I think he should move there instead of Zhou. And we're gonna go say goodbye to Zhou, unfortunately. Moving on to Oscar Piastri. Take me home, baby. I love his personality. I think he has the mentality of a champion, definitely. Like, I don't know if he'll actually win a championship. I wish he does, but I don't know if that's possible with Max Verstappen existing in Formula One. But he does have the mentality of a winner, at least a winner. I'm confident that both him and Lando will get their first wins this season. They're great together as well. He obviously looks good. Great driver. He's funny, like in a dry kind of way, which I really appreciate. He's just like not too over the top, very introverted. I love him. He's such like a cat-coded. Anyways, yeah, Oscar Piastri, I'm on my knees for you. Next, we're going to Alex Albon. My boy. Come on. How can you not like Alex? He's obviously a good driver. He's getting everything and more he can get out of that Williams. I think he deserves a better seat. I think it's already been confirmed that he is staying at Williams for 2025, which is a shame. Like, it's not a shame because I do love Williams, but I just want him to have a better seat. I wanted him to go to Mercedes with George, which if that happened, that would be great because they're like really good friends. So that would have been amazing, but I don't know what will happen, so whatever. So yeah, Alex, very down to earth, very relatable. Yeah, I think he's a really good guy. So he's my boy. Next, we have Carlos Sainz. I feel I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this as well, but don't you dare hate him. But I don't love him, on my knees, love him. I mean, technically he is a good friend of my boy Lando Norris and Charles Leclerc, although that's apparently debatable. But I just don't get the hype around him. I don't find him attractive, which is just a me thing. You can find him attractive. He can be very funny, also doesn't take himself too seriously, but I never like look out for his stuff or anything like that. Yeah, I think this might be it then. I'm just gonna go over it just one more time to see if I've missed anything or I want to change anything. So I'm on my knees. Yeah, those are my guys. When someone asks me who your favorite drivers are, these are the one I say. Charles Leclerc, Lando Norris, Daniel Ricciardo, and Oscar Piastri. My boys, Liam Lawson. Oh, I love Liam. Max Verstappen, Alex Albon. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Good friends of my boys, Fernando, Alonso, Sebastian, Vettel. That seems like a great tier for them. Am I gonna move Logan Sargeant up to that? No. Am I though? I'm gonna move him up. Yeah. Logan Sargeant gets a promotion. He's good friends of my boys. He can do no wrong. Next is Don't You Dare Hate Them. George, Lewis, Carlos. Yeah, this seems right. Like, these are the ones that a lot of people like that I just don't especially love. So that makes sense, I think, this tier. Next we have Vibes, Kevin Magnussen, Lance Stroll, Nico Hulkenberg, Valtteri Bottas, and Yuki Tsunoda. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't care. Sergio Perez, Esteban Ocon, yeah. Gasley. Should we move Gasley up to Vibes? Anyway, Zhou, yeah. But Gasley, my decision is to keep him there. That's it. This is my tier list ranking of F1 drivers. If you want to do this yourself, I'll leave a link, I think, in the description for the tier list. Yeah, this was fun. Next, I think we'll have Hamilton songs. Isn't relevant to anything, but it's just what I want to do, so. Anyways, thank you so much for watching if you did. This was just a random video I wanted to do. So, yeah. Bye!